Welcome to the Emotional Balance Sheet, the go-to podcast for parents with multiple kids, especially those with twins, triplets, or more, who are navigating the maze of modern family life and personal finance. Whether you're overwhelmed by education or retirement planning, parenting dilemmas, career transitions, or trying to define your purpose and plan, we're here to guide you with empathy, encouragement, and expertise. Hosted by Paul Fenner, founder of Tama Capital, a certified financial planner and parent to 4 kids, including a set of triplets. Our podcast is your ally in the quest for financial peace of mind, proving that money matters, but family comes first. Subscribe now and join our community of empowered parents at tamacapital.com. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon for investment decisions. Clients of Tama may retain positions in the securities discussed in this podcast.
What does comprehensive financial planning even mean? At Tama Capital, it means a family office where lifestyle planning such as retirement, college, portfolio management, and tax prep and planning are all under one umbrella. But it goes beyond numbers. We focus as much on the emotional side of financial planning as we do on the financial side. We get you. We understand your challenges of building a family, business or career, and a healthy life. We are devoted to wealth planning for families like yours because we are you. Learn how our family can help your family by visiting tamacapital.com. Hi, and welcome back. So far in 2025, there has been $5.7 million of tax scams reported by commercial agency Kaplan. It's a commercial collection agency. And within those numbers, they're reporting that year to date, and this is June 2025 when I'm recording this video, that the monthly tax scams reported have increased 62% year over year from 227 per month to 368 per month. The average number of monthly tax scams reported about 5 years ago in 2020 has increased 323%. And of those financial scams that victims report losing money, that average has been around $32,000 according to Kaplan. So how can you help protect yourself? So that's today's message and point I wanted to get across, and a few things I want to walk you through. First is understanding how the IRS communicates with you. First and foremost, they will likely send a letter to you in the mail first. If you get a text, an email, a phone call requesting additional information, threatening verbiage, that is not the IRS. And I'm going to have a couple links in the show notes to this video as well to the IRS website where it will detail some of the things that I'm talking about as well. But that's the first way to know if it's legit, is how the IRS will contact you, usually via a letter. So when you get that letter, what does that mean? And this is why I wanted to take the time to record this video now, because we're far enough away from typically filing your 2024 return that if there was an issue with your return, you would be notified by now. And understanding what that notification letter is the next important step. And there's going to be a link that I put in the show notes too that explains how to understand your letter. And usually in this letter, it's letting you know that you have a balance due, your refund may have changed, the IRS has a question about your return, there's a delay, or there's a correction or change that they want to make. And with all this information, they're requesting you respond. And so, again, I'll have a link to this site from the IRS that explains the details of these notices and letters. So what happens if you get one of these letters? Well, first and foremost, review it with your tax professional if you use one. If not, potentially find somebody that could help you explain it if you don't understand it. But usually these are pretty self-explanatory on what the IRS is looking for or what they're wanting to change or do. From there, in order to avoid being scammed, again, it is highly unlikely that the IRS will send you an email, a text, or call you directly. Again, their first step is sending that letter. Once they've sent that letter, sometimes if people ignore it, then they will contact you in a different method if you've given them permission to email you, to send you a text. They can call you, but in order to send an email or a text, you have to give them permission first. So that's, I think, a really key thing, because there's no shortage of phishing scams that are being sent to you via email and now via text. I've seen these a lot more. I've often had TAMA families reach out to me and ask if this is legit text or a legit email. And every time, without hesitation, the answer has been no, it's a scam. To the point where the IRS identifies what they call their dirty dozen scams. And they put this out every year, and they just put it out recently for 2025. And it warns taxpayers what to watch out for and these dangerous threats. And top of their list is these email phishing scams. And as the IRS states, they continue to see a barrage of email and text scams targeting taxpayers and others. So phishing is an email sent by fraudsters claiming to come from the IRS. The email lures victims into the scam with a variety of ruses, such as enticing victims to pay a phony tax refund, or that they're getting a refund, or, like I mentioned earlier, a threatening act of a false claim or a criminal charge. Another scam is this, what they call smishing, which is a text or a smartphone SMS message, where scammers often use language such as, your account has now been put on hold, or unusual activity reported. And then they give like a bonus or a bogus solution on how to rectify the situation. And that usually means turning over your personal information, which you don't want to do. So again, I'll put the link to this Dirty Dozen tax scams in the video as well. But there's no shortage of bad actors trying to separate you from your assets. And these tax scams are one of the most prolific ways that these scammers are trying to access your valuable data. So again, first and foremost, you're probably going to get a letter if there's an issue from the IRS first. Then they may call you, but they do not email or text you unless you give them permission. If you have any additional questions about anything I've covered, don't hesitate to reach out. We're always here to help. Now that you've made it to the end of another great conversation, are you looking for more? If so, head over to tamacapital.com, where you will find all of our conversations. Use the search feature to find the topic or guest you would love to learn more about. Also, don't forget to make someone else's day by sharing our show. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.